Hello, and welcome to the Smart Injury Doctors Podcast, the injury market's top program for doctors, lawyers, and insurers who want to gain greater insight on how to improve patient recovery results and deliver better services in the U.S. injury market. Please welcome your host, Dr. Jeffrey Allen Kronk.
Okay, doctors, what I want to talk about today is you're as valuable to your market as you are known. Now, I could also say your income is directly related to how known you are. So anytime somebody has a great service or they got something great to sell, if nobody knows that they're there, nobody knows they have it, how much are they really going to sell of it? Well, the answer is very little, right? So right now, your net worth in your local area, say you're running a local chiropractic center, your net worth is directly attributed to how well known you are. It correlates. So the more known you are, the more that people can engage in your services, the more income you're going to make. Now, it's no different in the injury market. As a matter of fact, it's essentially the same in the injury market. Right? Who knows you? What do they know of you? What is your message? What is it that you have that's unique? What is it that makes you unique? In the Smart Injury Doctors program, we make it unique. We make the doctor unique because they specialize in the non-disc and disc ligament injuries. So ligament injuries are both disc and non-disc. Most people don't even know what the non-disc is. And they don't know that there's 220 specialized ligaments. There's a hell of a lot more non-disc ligaments than there are discs. The non-disc ligaments are the things that cause spinal instability. They cause excessive motion in the motion units. They cause excessive inflammation. They cause nerve irritation. They cause radicular complaints. They cause every symptom under the sun, moon, and stars. And they're the most easiest thing to find. But you've got to get known. Like once you're set up, so in our program we say, look, be unique, build a team, and then promote and advertise. We teach you how to do that. You've got to get known. There shouldn't be, if I'm plunked down and I plunk down an injury center into a local area, local community, local suburb, local city, doesn't matter. I'm going to get to the point where isn't anybody in my area that hasn't heard of our clinic and know what it is that we do. I want every single attorney. I can't talk to them enough. It's not like you're going to over communicate with them or send them too many messages or send them too much promotion of what you are, what makes you unique, and why they should be working with you. Same with the local medical doctors. But if they don't know you, if you've never reached out, if you're just sitting in your clinic and you're not reaching out to attorneys, you're not reaching out to doctors, then you're not marketing. And if you're not marketing, people will not know you. The reason why you market, the reason why you promote, the reason why you advertise is to get attention, get noticed in the market, so that the market can actually engage and communicate with you. Now, engaging in the market, in the injury market, is really easy. It's not hard. There is competition, but there's no competition in the non-disc ligament damage market. It's virtually a wide open market. It's essentially a market that's always been there, but it's virtually wide open. And in most local areas, there are doctors that say kind of that they know what this is, or they kind of do this, and they're timid, right? If an attorney says, oh, we don't like that, they don't know what to do. If a medical doctor says, that doesn't make any sense to me, they don't know what to do, right? Because they're not certain, they're not solid on what it is that they're doing. So I'm going to say that the non-disc ligament damage and the spinal instability is the most problematic injury the patient can have acutely, but it's also one of the most common causes of chronic pain within the patient. So patients will try a lot of different things, and they'll go to a chiropractor. Somebody said, hey, try a chiropractor. They help with your neck pain, or they can help with your headaches, or they can help with this, or they can help with that. 9 out of 10 patients come out of a chiropractic center, and even though they may receive help, they still don't understand what they have, right? So the chiropractic center, the physical therapy center, the medical center, the orthopedic center, the osteopathic center, that can come in and give the person a definitive answer to what they have will be huge in a market. Absolutely huge, because that's what people are looking for. When you're suffering with a problem, what are you looking for? Well, a lot of you are looking for what's the cause of the problem. If I have staff, if you have in your clinic, your staff are starting to get into a uproar, aren't you scratching your head and going, okay, what is causing that? Like, I don't want to treat the symptom. I want to get to the cause. People don't want to, they don't want to treat symptoms. They want to get to the cause. And then what they really want is, in my experience, is that they want somebody who really knows, who can basically tell them what they need to do. Like, I can't tell you how bad it is when I've experienced, either for myself or a family member, going into a doctor and saying, well, what do you think? And the doctor says, well, it's up to you. You know, you can either choose to have this procedure or you can choose not to. It's like, wrong doctor. Like, I want somebody who understands and can control and say, hey, this is what I should do. It'd be like hiring a business consultant. They say, well, you know, you can either do advertising this way or you can do advertising this way. What do you think? That's not my coach. That's not my doctor. That's not my dentist. So people are looking for definitively what is causing their problem, not what the symptom is, what is causing the problem. And when you can provide that, when you can get down and you can say with very high confidence, this is what the problem is, then you will attract a lot of people, but they have to know you're there. They have to know that you specialize in this thing. They have to know, like, there would not be an attorney in my local market. Let's say I'm in a city, I don't know, or I'm in a suburb. I'm in a city or suburb. Say that suburb's 100,000 people. I don't know, maybe there's 60, 80 attorneys in that market. Maybe 30 of them are really into personal injury. The rest kind of dabble in it. I would have them all know me and know who I am. Know me so that when their friends, their family, people that they love need help, I'm where they're going to send. Now, I would make it, I don't have any back off on knowing that this is my specialty. This is not the medical doctor's specialty. So I don't have any problem approaching a medical doctor and saying, this is what I do. You're a family, I want to find out what you do. Okay, you're a pediatrician. Okay, good. Kids get in accidents. This is what we do. But this is also what we do for adults that get in accidents. This is why it's so important that when you have a client, when you have a patient that has an accident, it's very important to get it to a center like ours very, very quickly, because the time clock is ticking for the risk of chronicity. If I'm the orthopedist, look, I already know. I'm going to the orthopedist. I know the orthopedist just knows disc. I know the neurologist just knows disc. I know they don't know non-disc. I know they don't know spinal instability. I know they don't know how do you stabilize that. I know that they don't know that physical therapy doesn't often address it. I know that they don't know that how to even diagnose it. I know all of that. Now, I'm not going to rub their noses in it, but I'm going to make them aware of this is what I'm doing. I'm going to have an absolute blast. And doctors, it should be an absolute blast to get known in your market for this, because it's a market within a market. There's this big, broad injury market called spinal injuries, and then there's a niche within that market, and there's nobody in that niche. So it's actually really fun to go out and give attorney presentations. Now, you have to understand, attorneys have never been trained in these injuries. So you have to be repetitive. You have to be somewhat gentle, not confrontational on trying to make them look bad. They're very intelligent people, but you can't be intelligent in something you've never been trained in. And same with medical doctors. Medical doctors have really never been trained in spinal injuries. So you don't, knowing that it's a huge benefit to go out there and be able to say, oh my gosh, this is what we do. This is what makes us unique. But you have to get known. So how do you get known? You get known by what you post in social media. Social media is free. You get known by, hey, picking up the phone, calling him, introducing him, and meeting with them. You get known by what you might send them out, free reports, things that you can give them that are really valuable educational things for them. And then you get known by being seen repetitively in the market. So I'm going to be seen at the events. If there's medical events that I can attend in my local hospital or in my local area where doctors are attending, I'm going to be there. If there's events that were the local lawyers are attending, I'm going to be there. Or I'm going to put on an event for the local medical doctors or the local attorneys. I'll put my own events on. Right? So the biggest thing that I want to tell you is that your value is determined by how well known you are in your market. So if you're not known, if you've got attention deficit disorder, nobody gives you any attention because they don't even know you're there. That's the easiest thing to solve in marketing, right? You could do a bad job, but and they find out you're there. You know, you could not look good. You got a wrinkled shirt or whatever, but at least they now understood you're there. Is a heck of a lot better than, I don't even know I don't know what that is. I don't know what the center is. I don't know who they are. I don't know what they do. So getting known in a market is really fun, especially if you're really good at what you do. So doctors, on each one of these podcasts, what I do is just take a little subject, riff on it a little bit, and I hope you got something from it. If you're interested in our Smart Injury Doctors program, call us at 800-940-6513 or look us up on the www.smartinjurydoctors.com. Doctors, I thank you very much for your time and attention as always, and I'll see you on the next podcast.
You've been listening to the Smart Injury Doctors Podcast, the #1 audio production show for professionals in the U.S. injury market that want to deliver better injury services to the patients, clients, or insureds they serve. If you like what you heard today, please leave us a review and don't forget to join us on our next program.